trying to remember something.
I know.
That's a great picture. Our grandparents, and still remember them well and love them all.
Actually, we have
Long
a
time
funny
ago.
story with
So,
my grandma Necto.
60th anniversary. We're only at 43. We've got a ways to go. We're not quite at 43 yet.
We're
but
not
anyway.
going to make it, so.
That'd be your fault. No. Nights like this are always about memories, right? And you got to have some fun with memories. So we had a lot of memories growing up. Some of them good, some of them not so good. But anyway, just a couple of things I used to laugh about. And some of you will remember these. The first time Jerry and I went into business. Anybody have a clue what I'm talking about?
No.
No.
I'm not sure I want to know what you're talking about.
How to throw an axe at each other?
We bought some chickens.
Oh, no.
Oh, Grandpa Necto.
We bought, I think, 24 Rhode Island Reds, because we had a chicken house at the farm. And, oh, by the way, my original comment was, you know, I'm glad you invited us to the wedding, I don't remember it. But anyway, I think we bought 24 Rhode Island Reds.
Grandpa found them someplace.
I don't know, and they ended up in the chicken house, that's all I remember. And those were Jerry and my chickens. And the rest of them were the white Leghorns. So in our business venture, we got all the brown eggs, and Mom and Dad got all the white eggs. But it was really interesting that even though we only had 24 chickens, we probably figured the way we graded these eggs, we got at least 25, 26 a day. And those of you with a rural upbringing know that's not really possible. Anyway, other things, it's funny, our garden. We used to have about 50 acres of garden. And that's not counting the potatoes, right? But I remember one time I really got into trouble because I thought I was a good guy and had gone out and pulled some weeds. They apparently were tomato plants. And I always kind of wondered why those weeds grew in such nice rows and were so well placed. But Jerry told me to go out and pull the weeds.
You knew it was your fault.
Jerry.
You were the bad guy.
And it was a lot of fun growing up in the farm. You know, I don't know how people, you know, can make their own fun these days, but we did at the time, right? So, you know, we would jump on our bikes to you know, ride 6-7 miles to go visit somebody and play for the afternoon. Jerry, of course, had the deluxe racing bike that I think was Murray's originally, Murray Eggers.
That's right.
And I had this thing, I'm not sure what it was. It was blue, and it had these balloon tires on it. They were about this big around. If anybody ever tried to pedal one of those things, it was kind of no wonder I was always about 3 miles behind on those rides. I don't know, there's a lot of things you could think about, and it's, you know, I remember we used to get involved with, our farm was always a good place for folks to come and get together, whether it was the Sletzauers or whether it was John and Keith Neckel or a bunch of other folks. They were always welcome at our place. And we used to play in the barn on a regular basis.
In the bush.
In the bush. Nobody knew where we were. We were up to half the time until Grandpa shows up the next day and finds all the pieces of apples splattered all over the barns because we had apple fights in the barn. Or, you know, making maple syrup. I think I only burnt my boots twice. And you don't know how hot those rubber boots can get when they're lit on fire when you're trying to make maple syrup. But it was Stuart's kettle, so it wasn't my fault. And I think we finally got around to bringing that stuff into the house to finish it off, and I don't know how long it took to boil it down, but it seemed to take forever. But you know, you sit back and there's memory after memory, and I'm not going to try and dream them up because I didn't plan this. But you know, it was a very enjoyable time, and you know, living on the farm, we learned a lot. We worked hard. I'll never forget sitting below, about 6 feet below a steel roof in about 800-degree weather, loading bales. And I don't know who was on the wagon. It was probably Dad. Jerry and I are up in the mow, and he would try to fire them off the elevator as fast as he could. and we're just getting buried up in the haymow. But we managed, and I think we all gained from it and grew up better people because of it. So thank you very much. I hope you very much enjoy this evening, and a lot of thanks from all of us.